Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I'd like to give you a bit of a life update, tell you what's going on with my impending move, and talk about a topic that I know a lot of you are questioning what even is that? and chat with you about the whole process of downsizing when you start to take it seriously. I think that's the secret here. Do you like this top? I just got this top recently and it's a little bit vibrant. But I think it's okay because I think it represents a new me that is emerging here. I am moving out of my house in a month's time, and I've had really 2 months to kind of think about it seriously and prepare for it. And I have done a lot of clearing out and downsizing and choosing, lots of choice. What's my style when it comes to fashion? This is one of the tops I'm going to take with me. This is one of the 10 or so tops that I'm going to take. And I'm really being very specific about the numbers, because I want to, like, for example, I've just done a video on makeup and I've got 5 foundations, 5 blushes. I'm really just giving myself that foundation for downsizing and letting go. So that's my story. I'm moving in a month. I've got all things planned for September, October, and now November. I'm doing an Interrail trip in November. Interrail very kindly gave me a pass for 15 days, and I'm going to do some travel in November on that pass. So for the next few months, I've got kind of a place to live and people to see, and I've got some structure to my transition, which is going to be interesting. But I'm not living in a house full time after that. After September 1st, I'm going to take probably a year if I can do that. It may only be 6 months before I decide to settle down or to move into a place, temporarily, permanently. Nothing's permanent, which is leading me into the next part of this video. And so I'm doing something that you might affectionately call downsizing, but I call it Swedish death cleaning. Swedish death cleaning. Now, I know a lot of people go, oh, that sounds so morbid, but it's not. It's not morbid at all. It's a gift. It's a gift mostly to your family and friends. And it's not morbid in any way, because nothing is permanent, including life. I'm very conscious of it as a 76-year-old woman, and it's been on my mind a lot all my life. I mean, you know this because many of you know my mom died when I was quite young. I've had this kind of fear of death that haunted me for many, many years. Actually drove a lot of the activities in my life that maybe travel's one of those things. I'm always looking for, the next wonderful thing in travel. But it's not really a morbid thing at all to talk about Swedish death cleaning. It isn't about death. It's about freedom and clarity and kindness, for you and for your family. Now, I don't have a big family. I have, just a small group of people who I consider family and friends, and I put my very close friends in that family category. They really are the ones that I have close. I think there's just 3 people really in my life that I would consider a family friend, of the family, and that they are just people that are woven into my life beautifully. But I do not want to have them worrying about things when I die. I want to make my house and my possessions perfectly clear for them. What is to be kept, what can be given away, what to do with my things, and not to have them have to worry. Now, Swedish death cleaning, let's talk about that, the topic of Swedish death cleaning. It's actually a Swedish in creation. It was originated in Sweden. The word is döstädning. It means death cleaning. That's the literal word. And actually, but basically means, wait a minute, I want to get the exact definition as they say it here. It's to gradually declutter your belongings so that no one else has to do it for you. Should I repeat that? It's to declutter and organize your belongings, your own belongings, so no one else has to do it for you. It's not about stuff. It's about choosing what stays and what goes, while you still have a voice, while you still have a heartbeat, while you're still here. Do it now. I mean, I've had conversations with so many women in our 16Me community who are really scared about dying and really scared about this whole thing of facing it, that there's going to be a moment in your life when it's going to stop. And you're going to leave behind all your things that you found valuable and that you treasured, and that maybe tell the story of your life. But in Sweden, they believe that it is your responsibility when you get to be, I think it's 60. I think they say 60 or maybe 65. Need to check on that. But it's, it's where we are, that it's time to start organizing and decluttering so that what is left when you die is manageable. So that well, first of all, people know where things go. If you've got a special desire that something be given to someone, or that that you have someone's requested something that you want to make sure that they have, that you write it down. I mean, in your will is of course a legal document about maybe finances and whatever, but it's also like, what about that book or that painting or that thing that somebody really, really, really wants, someone in your family that you love, or a friend that you really wanted to have it. Write it down. Shift the mindset that, talking about death and preparing for it with, your clothes, your belongings, your furniture, your treasures. Who's going to get all my crystals? Who's going to get all my, they will just get discarded if you don't, say this person probably would really love this. And if it's going to get discarded and you're not using it now, then just let it go. Do you really need all the stuff that's surrounding you to live a happy, joyful life? I don't know. I think it's just really important that we shift the mindset, that we spend our whole life gathering. I like shopping, like you guys. I like shopping. Of course I do. Look at the crazy stuff I've got. I've got a little, little change purse. It's made out of sparkles. I've got makeup surrounding me right now. I've got my charger. I could point to all the things that could be really useful for someone. So those things I'll keep, and I'll leave a little note saying whoever finds this useful. But things that I don't need, that are ready to, release, I guess that's a good word, is just like release it, let it go. I just did something like very dramatic, or just yesterday actually, Saturday, it was, I took books to the Brocky, and that included some of mine. I've ordered sometimes 10 copies of a book. I have several books that I've written, and, Simplify Your Life, and, Aging Beautifully, and the Magic of the Number 7, and what was the other one? The Hill, 77 Cities on 7 Hills. And I wanted others to have them, because I don't need 10 of them. I need 2 of them, 3 of them. I've already given them, to my family, and everyone's got, a copy. But I don't need all that. Let them go. Release them to the world. And it was actually kind of nice. Also, during COVID, I got into this habit of making cabochons. I wear them sometimes. They're little necklaces. No necklace on today. I don't know what's going on. The thing about necklaces, by the way, just as an aside, is when I'm wearing a top that's like so much, I often don't wear a necklace, because what could you wear with this? It just would detract from that and not help the jewelry be accented. Just my logic. Anywho, with the cabochons, I actually took a whole bunch of them, like literally 100 little cabochon pieces to the Brocky. And I told them, I said, I made these during COVID. They were my therapy. Just pop a little string around them. And I even had some extra necklaces, chains. And they said, thank you so much. And they put them out they actually gave them away. I think it was a contribution. But, those, I was ready to release those. So it saves, basically, the bottom line with Swedish Death Cleaning is that it enables your children, your family, your loved ones, it releases them from the emotional burden of having to sort through all your stuff, and it's painful for them. Hopefully, you've got relationships that, there'll be some transitional grief, and it will be a little challenging for everyone, because who wants to say goodbye to someone that you've known all your life? And, it's just part of our beautiful human being experience. But it prevents, guilt and confusion and a sense of, reminders and loss. It creates an essential picture of what was important to you. Like, I've got postcards. I've got a box of postcards. Those are kind of important to me, and people can look through them, and then they can do what they want with them. But they're meant to give memories. Photo albums, I don't have a lot anymore. I have most of my photos online, but I do have some. I've taken pictures and kept those, and I will keep those in a place just because. But I don't need a lot of the extra stuff, like the 15 fans that I've purchased over my life. I was looking at my fan. It gives you a sense, and it gives them a sense of peace, releases them from guilt, confusion after you've gone, and it gives you a clarity and control. As I mentioned earlier, maybe even some joy that you're finding yourself in the midst of all these things you've accumulated over your life. It's a clearing space for life for you right now. That's all I'm focused on too. As I move, it's a chance, it's an opportunity, and I intend to keep it that way. I've actually found myself now walking around shops, being attracted to something, looking at it, touching it, and putting it back. Because, I mean, I bought a lot of stuff too, of course, but it's just, I'm more cautious now, more conscious of things that I accumulate. How about you? Are you ready? You ready to do some Swedish Death Cleaning? Tell me what you think. I'm open to your thoughts and ideas, and let's have a conversation. Okay, everyone. Well, take care. I'm going to go back and do some Swedish death cleaning this morning. That's my next mission. But I love you all to bits. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk again soon.